Hey, welcome. So today we're going to talk about something that pretty much all of us are dealing with every single day. How do we hold on to our dignity, our modesty, in a world that's, well, pretty much built to make us do the opposite? Let's get right into it.
And really, this is the core question, isn't it? When the whole world is telling you to be louder, to share more, to put every piece of your life out there for everyone to see, how on earth are you supposed to protect something as quiet and as precious as your hayā?
And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's a real thing, a daily struggle. You know, the pressure, especially if you're a young Muslim, trying to figure things out, it's huge. It honestly feels like you're being pulled between two completely different worlds.
I'm pretty sure we can all see ourselves in this list. That constant temptation to just overshare everything, that little rush you get from a like or a comment. And what about those private chats that kind of start to cross lines you wouldn't cross in real life? Or the trends that make things that are immodest seem totally normal. It's like the air we breathe online.
And this slide right here, it just lays out that conflict so clearly. On one side, you have the rules of the internet. Get more exposure and you'll be popular. Be bold and people will think you're confident. Get attention and you're a success. But then you look at the Islamic view and it just flips the whole thing on its head. It says, no, dignity is better than visibility. True strength is found in modesty, and real success, that's about your accountability to Allah, not to some algorithm.
So how do we even begin to deal with this? Well, the answer, our entire framework for this, is found in a beautiful and incredibly powerful concept in our faith, Hayā. And it's not just some side rule, it's a core piece of what it means to be a believer.
You know, Hayā is so much deeper than just translating it as shyness. It's this complete moral awareness. It's that feeling of modesty, sure, but it's also a specific shyness you feel before Allah. It's the very thing that guards your character and gives you that deep sense of inner dignity.
And its importance? It's just profound. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, Hayā is a branch of faith. Just let that sink in for a moment. It's not some optional extra. It is a fundamental branch of our iman, of our faith itself.
Okay, so if Hayā is a branch of our faith, how do we actually water that branch in our digital lives? Well, it all comes down to our actions, what we're looking at, what we're typing, and always remembering that we're going to be held accountable for all of it.
In the Quran, Allah tells us, tell the believing men to lower their gaze, and tell the believing women to lower their gaze. You have to notice the order here. Before Allah even mentions dress or anything else, modesty begins with our eyes.
Now, in our world, lowering the gaze isn't just about what we see walking down the street. It's about our digital gaze. What kind of videos are we watching? Whose lives are we endlessly scrolling through? What are we giving our silent approval to with a simple double tap? This, right here, is the first line of defense for our hayā.
And next up is our speech. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, gave us this incredible piece of guidance. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day should speak good or remain silent. It's such a simple rule, but man, it has massive implications.
And in this digital world, speaking isn't just what comes out of our mouths. It's everything we type. It's the comments we leave, the tweets we send out, the stories we post, the things we choose to repost, and maybe most importantly, the words we use in our private DMs. Every single letter is being recorded.
So, I know this can all feel a little heavy, maybe even overwhelming. But there's a really simple, really practical tool we can all use to filter our online actions. Let's just call it the Prophet test.
Let's just pause here for a second and be completely honest with ourselves. If the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, could scroll through your feed right now, would you be proud of what he would find? And if your parents could read your private chats, would you feel okay with that?
Because this is really what it all boils down to. Real, genuine hayā isn't about looking modest in front of people at the masjid. It's about being more aware, more conscious of Allah's gaze on you, which is constant, than the temporary gaze of your followers.
So where do we even begin? Okay, here are 3 clear, totally doable steps you can take, like today, to start reclaiming your digital dignity. Let's walk through them together.
All right, first step, do an audit. Go through your own profile like you're seeing it for the first time. Delete any old posts that just don't represent who you are or who you want to be anymore. Clean up those story highlights. Unfollow accounts that you know are just pulling you in the wrong direction. Even check your bio. Your page should be a reflection of your faith, not something you have to hide.
Second, from this moment on, just run everything through that Prophet test before you hit post. Ask yourself these 3 simple questions. Would the Prophet, peace be upon him, approve of this?
Would I be happy to show this to my mom or dad? And is this actually going to benefit anyone? If the answer is no to any of these, it's simple. Just don't post it. And finally, step 3 is all about shifting your entire mindset. It's about moving from seeking attention to having a pure intention. So instead of posting just to get likes, maybe post to share a beautiful reminder, share some knowledge you've learned, spread a little bit of positivity. Or, and this is a really powerful one, you can just choose to live your life privately. Not every great moment needs to be an update.
Look, making this shift is not easy. I get it. In a world that is screaming for more and more exposure, choosing dignity is a quiet, sometimes difficult act of rebellion. But it's a conscious and honorable choice.
We just have to keep our eye on the prize. Remember what the ultimate goal is, right? Jannah isn't built on keeping up with the latest viral trend. It is built on those small, consistent acts of obedience to Allah.
And please, really, let this one sink in. There's this huge misunderstanding that being modest, that having hayā, somehow makes you small or holds you back. The truth is the complete opposite. It doesn't shrink you, it elevates you. It makes you honorable in the sight of the only one who truly matters.
So at the end of the day, the choice is yours. Every single day, with every post, every scroll, every like, you're making a decision. In this world of constant exposure, what will you choose for yourself? Will it be dignity or will it be distraction? The choice is in your hands.